Welcome back to Bazaar. I'm Inko, and the Stelle Marathon is coming to a close. One way or another, this is the last game until Legend. I've been grinding non-stop with Stelle. I love this character a bit. She's been really fun. I've really enjoyed the process of learning her and the way she plays, the navigation, the choices available in this character with the flight cycling stuff. I think she's my favorite character right now. That said, I do need to actually go play the other characters to confirm that, but I've had a blast learning Stelle. And there's one more game to get to Legend with Stelle, so let's wrap it up. Ayla, first shop, you're too kind. Aerial turret, I will grab the darts to open tiny furry monster. Kara and finish the board with an angle grinder. All right, cool. That is probably the single best first door you could possibly hit, by the way. I don't think you can do better than that. We definitely beat Viper, and I'll take the extra cash. I guess the Toxic Fang would improve our day one board. It's hard to say. Anyways, before this fight ends, because it's going to end very quickly, I'll take a moment to remind you that you can sub to the channel for more daily Bazaar content just like this, twice daily these days. And if you could drop a like on the video, it really does help the channel get more traction, help the channel grow, and I really do appreciate it.
The Bazaar will never be a safe place.
Anyways, the extract is obviously not what we're here for, but we still get the highest gold value. And with the furry monster available, I think we click on him and go for more weapon skills than we normally have access to. Arbitrage, because we're going to win all of our games and it's just free gold. It's that easy, right? Spoilers, arbitrage is not clearly the correct answer there. Maybe you don't snap click it over Kenai, even if Kenai is not great. But what about silver arbitrage? Yeah, we roll. Wow, no weapon skills and 8 choices, huh? Sadly, there's really just not a good way to build my board here where I'm not... I'm gonna run it this way. I've tested word on the street before. It definitely is not the case that no matter how you have it arranged, it'll guarantee the best result. But in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and take the gamble. No, there's a way to make right eye work here. Because you just arrange it like this, and if Kara hits angle grinder, the only target for angle grinder should be aerial turret. Not 100% sure that actually tracks, but regardless, I'm gonna go to the jungle, open the loot. Wow, the build got a lot better. I found half of left-handed in the jungle. I also do greatly appreciate that regen. Our odds of winning day one just went up rather tremendously.
Stop by my shop for a tune-up.
I have faced 82 foes exactly like you.
What's he up to? Peace Roll, Philostone, Duct Tape, Calcinator. Basically base values. I have to imagine we can easily bulldoze through that. Let me rephrase that. We easily bulldoze through that, and the fact that I wasn't immediately sure is baffling. I'm just like, I don't know. I haven't seen Peace Roll and Philostone in ages. Maybe he knows something I don't. Maybe it's going to do like 40 regen. The answer is no. This man is dead in the water. And other news, this is part of why I'm not super hyped to play Mac right now. Like, so many Mac builds are like, we're going to stack up damage over time stuff. And Stelle's like, no, you're not. That's not how the game works. Stelle's basically a second Aggro Vanessa on the ladder, and Life Conduit matchups are just so much worse now. 4 gold's really good, and JJ's like the worst store for me, I feel like. I'm going to take the 4 gold. I'm much more interested in Andy. There we go. That's great. That's fine for 2 gold. It's just plus 10 damage, but it's worth it. I want the Clockwork Disc to enable a Polisher down the line. It's fine on my board anyway, right? Do I want to buy a Rivet Gun? Rivet Gun can do interesting things in your aerial turret builds. It can do great things in runabout builds, and aerial turrets often evolve into runabouts. I'm gonna take it. I don't know that this is right, but even after like 30, 40 games of Stelle, I still haven't got to a point where I clearly know what's right in every situation. Game's super complicated, and you need to play a ton of it to be anything approaching mastery over it. I think that the Rivet Gun is worth having, but the problem is it's like not gonna be useful for several days at least. So even though I think the Rivet Gun's worth it, it's only because I have the gold to buy it at relatively low opportunity cost. Build's gonna be a lot better once we get some more board space. Also, if we could find skills that actually affected our weapon damage. A gyro gunsight. The alliteration gets me again. A gyro gunsight would do a lot to help make up for our missing items right now, or our missing skills rather. Goggles are the single worst drop you can hit from Aetherite, unfortunately. Kina, do you want to make up for my missing skills? Doesn't really look like she does, you know? I've been having a lot of success with Red Lantern lately. This is just a ton of crit chance for 1 item slot. Additionally, down the line, oftentimes you'll see Deadly as one of the worst enchants for Stelle. And if you're playing a build that can crit, obviously it's better, but it's still not the enchant you want to do. You don't want to have like a runabout with Deadly, because then if you get another enchant later, you have to overwrite the Deadly. Red Lantern is such an incredible holder for the Deadly Enchant that I actually think knowing this and picking the card up has improved my win rate on the character. As for today, I think we just bring in Joystick and Clockwork. That seems fine. I don't have an Orbital Polisher. I'll take the toolkit because of it. Bronze Ludom, I suppose. I guess you don't need right-handed if you just get enough sharpening stones, right? Theoretically, that is a true sentence. It's kind of insane that that appears to be working out so far. I'm gonna keep doing it. Luck had to break eventually. Need to make a slot before I end the day, otherwise I won't generate my loot. Okay, opposing Stelle. If I'm unfavored anywhere, it's here, but the remote control does a lot to help me out. Oh, he's playing defensively. Oxygen Mask, Goggles, not a lot else. Grinder, Ball Blaster, Karakara, not many tools either. We should beat this, but it's a day 2 silver Ball Blaster, so maybe we still lose. The fact it's day 2 silver is a problem. Did it have a crit chance, by the way? Thank God it missed, because it just kills you on a crit. It looks like it's a little bit too fast for me. It's so close! Oh, you hate to see it! Moments from victory. If this weren't silver, dude has such high tiers for day 2. It happens to the best of them. How many bronzes are sitting in my stash? Plenty. Let's go to Ball Pack.
There's a special promotion today.
I've been having a ton of success with Flashbang as well recently. These two cards have been really underplayed up until now on the channel. Happy to start seeing more of them. Plus 4 gold off the vendor. I don't want to take airplane glue here. Finally, he shows his face. Also, let's not understate how good Lightning Butterfly is either. I'm relatively poor. I've got what I need to finish out the board today. Going to Alien, I'm just trying to get plus 10 damage, basically. I'm going to take a medium item rather than rolling for plus 10 damage. That actually seems pretty good. That's a lot of econ. And I will always try to get Snowstorm, even though it's probably not right. The skill is so cool, so powerful. Opens up a lot of pivots that are going to be very, very strong, but otherwise does not exist. Like, normally, Ice Bombs and Weather Machines don't matter. And Snowstorm is single-handedly so much damage that it becomes an incredibly powerful build. Which is probably a statement about the balance of Snowstorm and not that it's just a good thing to do.
I hope I didn't hurt it too bad.
Wow, 1 gold drop again. That's definitely hurting my economy. I can go middle or I can take a random item. The random item is going to be a bronze small, so let's go middle and look for 10 damage. We could always walk away with negative gold instead. Now, what are we looking at for the rest of our board? We're looking at Gyro Gunsight and Flashbang, and probably it's better... Right now, objectively, the best upgrade is Gunsight. And we would go to Ayla's with enough gold, which would drop both of these, same with middles. I'm going to take the shield and secure my PvP victory.
What specs are you
The Johninator.
Oh, good luck.
Again, I feel pretty favored, and I should be a little bit more out of range of, you know, early silvers. Now that it's day 3, I have health pools to at least somewhat compensate for that. Double silver Gunsight. Absolutely disgusting, dude. With the starting shield and the generally better support for the 1 Gunsight I do have, I think I'll still win, but that's terrifying. Yeah, it looks like we didn't even quite need the starting shield there. But dude, that is horrifying. And he has the free fall sim with the headset for permanent haste on that clockwork disc too. That thing is incredible. Ayla versus 2 income. Ooh, it's at 2 already? I was gonna click on Ayla, but 2 damage ain't that much, but runabouts are being sold today.
Days are over, but my weapons crave more.
Oh, I got the better of the 2 upgrades I was looking for. Definitely would have preferred to find a runabout though. And he can sell me so many different upgrades for so many different paths. Do I have enough gold, and is it late enough to justify grabbing wood glue for the pivot and to... Honestly, you need more than wood glue to make hang glider work. And you can just pivot in by scaling the aerial turret, so I don't need to pick that up. I will grab the red lantern. I know I'm not using it right now, but it's very important to have it at silver tier if I'm going to use it ever. Because at silver tier, this thing is 20 doubled to 40 doubled to 80 with a deadly enchant. This is basically 100% crit chance if you find a deadly enchant. And it's a very low impact on your run to be floating this for that possibility. Paper airplane is a cool item, but I think it's more of an item for like mag shield sorts of builds and not for what I'm doing. I have thrown to Marianas repeatedly. This build just doesn't beat him. You need crazy skills to beat him. I'm not making the mistake again. Let's go fight the retiree. He doesn't really have anything I care about, but man, the average result here is terrible, right? Like everything is worth 2 gold except for the med kit and the piggy bank, and then there's this skill that almost, I'm not even gonna say almost, that no character even cares about, right? There's like one incredibly niche build for 1 or 2 heroes that gets a little bit of benefit from it. It's not good anywhere. Yeah, that's the 2 gold you're expecting when you click on that, man, apparently. I'm gonna not go to metal. I don't want to buy a Karakara, and just 10 damage on that's not a huge deal. Pill buggy. I mean, I wouldn't float it, but I'd be willing to hold on to it and give it a shot if it presents itself. Oh, thank you, Christ. The build just got so much better.
I think you had a breakthrough.
And I will be clicking on Mountain Pass when I see Mountain Pass all the time. It is a gold Mac, but I mean, aside from the highest high roll magic carpet, or the highest high roll burn sacking fire claw, you have to get fire claw off of an enemy monster on day 4. I got fire clawed in my previous game on day 4 and I'm traumatized by it. I didn't realize that he had to, is the infernal guy a day 5 enemy that he got from Mountain Pass? I think it's day 4, I'm not sure. But this is what I expect out of Mac. I expect them to pretend they're doing a lot of poison in region and then die. Like, this is a respectable thing to be doing last month. In the Stelle meta, where everyone is playing burst weapons, you don't have time to scale that shit up. And I don't know that that's entirely a statement about Stelle being overpowered. To some degree, it is. She is the best hero right now. But it's also just a statement of like, if everyone collectively decided to play aggro weapon Vanessa last patch, no one would have played Mac, right? And now everyone has collectively decided to play the new flavor of aggro Vanessa. We got another angle grinder. I'm not sure I have a use for that. Without a polisher, the build's probably better like this though. Just because this doesn't remain in flight, so it's missing buffs on the lightning butterfly. Anyway, I'm gonna go into Kina, look for gunsight, I guess. No trained, no snowstorm, no interest in any of that. The gunsight is here. What about an altimeter? I don't think so. And I have no headset, making the close chat pretty hard to justify. But I would pick up a headset the moment I saw it, and I mean, I've got 33 gold, so I'm like, it doesn't take that many days before the close chat pays for itself, right? Curio for slow duration. Flashbangs can just carry runs if you get them solidly buffed. I'm going to believe in it. All right, we got the buff. For a second, I was like, oh man, I shouldn't have believed.
Waiting for you.
Also, it is absolutely worth buying weapon buffs for the aerial turret.
Hard to clean up the bazaar.
17 gold with everything I'm floating is pretty good. Oh no, Infernal Envoy is a day 5. Man, I got really unlucky on the previous run, I think. Anyway, I think Infernal Envoy is actually a better fight than Mod Squad because it's got like a 2 out of 6 for an enchanted Fire Claw. I think the average gold here is crazy, and when you miss, one of the misses is 5% CDR, one of the misses is 8 gold. It's only the bottom third that's bad, and there are plenty of drops just like this on Mod Squad. So I think that the expected value here is probably higher. The odds of me getting 2 gold only are much lower. I'm either getting something that's actually good for the build or a good pile of gold much more often here than I am going to Mod Squad. Yeah, talk your mouth off. Tell everyone about the odds, why don't ya? No altimeters for me. That is actually 100% with a Deadly Enchant, but I don't know that I care is the problem. Like, it's doing its job already. I need that gold tomorrow. I'm probably taking a last event sort of thing. Yeah, fine. My last hour is probably going to be an econ hour. Perfect, exactly what I wanted. I'll take shield. So going into tomorrow, I'm gonna have 2, 4, 8, plus 17, plus 7, well over 30 gold. We're super comfortable trying to find pivots. Otter the Otter. I like it. At some point I stopped reading the names because like I ran into too many Poop Feast 420s. I'm worried that if I start reading the names again, it's gonna happen inevitably. Anyway, 63, only silver, doesn't one-shot, 4% to crit. We should win this. We have to get very unlucky for that sniper rifle to one-shot us, I think. Also, does it even resolve? Oh my god, Julian resolves afterwards. and it only goes up to like 600. I can see what he's trying to get to. He's apparently pivoted out of... Dude, Steel Storm all talk, you're playing one weapon? Strength? Oh, this is a mistake. That dude could be playing the sickest wide weapon board right now. That is not... I don't know what happened in his run, but I know that it was not correct.
Change of clothes, 'cause you're gonna get dirty.
Arc Blaster, Satchel. What am I digging for? Anyway, I'm rolling. Don't want that. Don't want this. Oh my. What can I do with that? I want a metronome. This character's not... Finally, it showed up. This character's not supposed to have metronomes. We'll figure out why that's broken later. Mountain Pass me. That should be enough experience to get me to 8 on 6. I'm finally ahead of level curve. We've got 1 loss on day 2, apparently. I've completely forgotten about it. I remember saying it. Oh, right. Silver Molten Ball Blaster. Yeah, that does happen to everybody. It happens to the best level. Oh, man. Yeah, the damage is just... like, these were all about to hit for 100 each. The damage is solid. Oh, right. Space issues.
Not a freighter pilot. Drop some...
I guess this is the way I want to do it. The joystick's definitely still worth it, right? I could do with this. The joystick would haste the metronome, getting me a 5.9 second flashbang, and it would go back onto the joystick. We're definitely not running second angle grinder. That's pretty locked in. Oh, I was supposed to sandbag in my fight for the orbital polisher. I didn't realize. So we're going to take this little guy out. We're going to take the gun sight out and run this. And that's, I think, the most we can do to lower our power output while still reliably winning. Should be to Foreman, no problem. And that'll get us a little bit more progress on the polisher. And we need to maximize that to eventually use it on, I don't know, something. So the slightly earlier use of this, the slightly earlier flashbang, I think all of that ends up being very worth. On the flip side, we're giving up like a lot of haste procs over there. It's only 1 second haste procs. I think the startup time and the disruption on my opponent's more worth it. Yeah, I knew this time was coming. I think Rivet Gun is very, very cool, but not happening. And I think I can't hold Cinders for like 3 days hoping to make it work. I could sell the close hat, obviously, but I'm not going to do that. I think it's worth a ton of economy. Slow and steady. Good enough.
When you're ready, I'll send you to Orlin.
Arrow, give me the pivot. Not those, Arrow. Hey, we haven't had Skyliner on the channel in a while, and it's definitely worth playing. Let's figure out the Skyliner build.
I sold one of these
right after I sell the angle grinder, huh? So like this, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 flights before it goes off, which is just enough to kill someone with burn today. That's fine by me. Do I think a fly cycle is worth running? Probably. The gun sight for damage is probably irrelevant at this point. Yeah, the burn's what kills them. If you want damage buffs, you want way more than a gun sight, I think. But we're going to sell this, obviously. And the fly cycle will get us a couple more random flies before it goes off. I suppose I'd rather do it this way, right? Either way, it's a 4-second metronome trigger, but then we get the fly potentially off before the Skyliner. Okay, that seems very strong for the day. If Andy could keep improving the build. Nope. The wrench is good, just in general. I need a slot the joystick can go. That's all I've got to do. I don't believe in Nicola here. Okay, I think that this is a really strong build for the next couple of days. Not until like day 8, day 9 do I really need to start worrying about Skyliner. Potion Distillery, huh? I mean, I'm a little bit worried about the multiple Obsidian enchants, but I think we're just fine. I think we just blow up a Skyliner, right? Like we slow him away the hell down, get the time we need, and then he just blows up. Yeah. I'll be honest, it's a bit slower than I'd like. I would love to have any sort of acceleration on the Skyliner. If I could get, you know, the headset in here over something, that would be great.
I say anything can be improved.
An Ornithopter as well. That's another option. Another orbital polisher, you say? At this point, we can sell the toolbox, but it's great economy, so I don't want to. We'll figure it out at some point. Well, the some point's now, because I don't want to go to the apparel shop, and I don't want to transform anything. Gunsight has no place in the build. It just doesn't, unfortunately. Ooh, 2 experience versus pen feather. Right now I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I end up at 4 pips from leveling up, so I need multiple experience events to level up on time. There are some flight items pen feather can sell me that are huge and a lot that don't matter, and god, 2 experience is just so much. You go gold skills. I don't think slow matters that much anymore. Building crescendo's terrible. Artillery spotter, I don't have enough board space. Oh god. Well, no, the flashbang does trigger outmaneuver to haste the Skyliner. That actually matters. It's going off at 5.9 seconds. I think this still dies to Thug is the fucked up part. Not even gonna risk it. I feel like I'm on a good run. Just don't click on Thug, you know? Don't waste your time. Don't think maybe this beats Thug and click on Thug trying to get bonked. Just like get your full experience off of any other fight, you know? Yeah, seems very respectable. There is no second volley, but the first volley is dealing enough to kill and stacking enough burn to finish them off for a couple more days afterwards. But we definitely need to evolve the build somehow from here. This is not good enough. Also, the stash space problems are becoming insurmountable, I would say. Wow, we are not doing a good job at this, are we? Look, the toolkit's gotta go. So what can I do? I mean, that's cool. There are way worse things I can find myself upgrading to push the hammer, but trying to figure out how I solve my current situation. Maybe it's by spending all of my money buying these items.
But I'm glad you bought this.
The goggles have no shot at being run. Neither do the precision calibers, to be honest, but oh well. For day 7, I still feel comfortable. It's not till day 8 that I start really fearing for this build. Shielded Kim Snail, I'm done reading. I don't respect you. What's going on with this board? Oh my, I was not expect. I understand. He has a Yeti crab and he's running a bunch of random freeze items to scale the Kim Snail. He also has Shatter to scale the little frozen broom thing. I think it's supposed to be a bludgeon, but it's always in my head been the frozen broom. I feel correct in saying I don't respect him, but it is a very interesting build. That is absolutely a new player learning the game. Andy to get marshalling lights and panic pivot. Headset would be greatly appreciated, honestly. We're still missing. Thank you. Cool, what's that to me? This. Just got to be the metronome that's out, unfortunately. There's never going to be a room for metronome. I took it at the time. It gave me a little bit of value. I don't think it was great, but I was just trying to get out of the pearl because I'd rolled a few times already. And now we have cheaper rolls. What about a paper airplane? Yeah, what about a paper airplane? I guess I could have bought it to push polishers. Probably should have, to be honest. Oh well, I have inventory space now, so that feels nice. 13 and 31. And for our monster fights, I'm going to do this to get a little bit more flying, but it's not going to be much.
If my family saw this, they'd be furious.
Plus 2 gold, I guess. I'm going to take 180 health here. I don't feel like I have mids worth money. And anytime I see these enemies on the left, I always click them on Stelle. Bombing run's only exceptional if you're playing a weapon build, but I usually am. And the other guy with aerial assault is just like, that's such an insane skill that it encourages you to pivot into weapons even if you aren't running it. They also tend to have some amount of support for most of what Stelle is doing. Altimeter's not really it for this build though. Sterling, you say? We can toss the altimeter, toss this. What do I want to do on Sterling? I'm obviously not upgrading my polishers. They'll do that on their own with the wrench. I can't really justify upgrading Flashbang, I think. Do I upgrade the Cloche for free rerolls? That seems idiotic. I'd rather upgrade the Flashbang. I'm going to Sterling. We're not clicking on the 8 gold reroll. That's insane.
How I imagined my retirement, but at least
I'm genuinely very seriously looking at the Cloche economy option, and I'm going to do it. I don't think anything on my board actually makes any meaningful difference. Saving 2 gold for every expensive shop I ever go to could. And I'm going to take 900 shield for my PvP fight and think I'm favored going into it on day 8 with the extra shield. crow women? Like, I think it's just one W for 2 words. I'm not sure what I'm looking at there. What are we doing? Oh, is he not 10? He's not 10. Neither am I. Stop talking shit. Laser security billboard is scary, but it's not an infinite billboard. I think we should be okay. Wait, why did it not scale more? It becomes infinite eventually because of Abacus, I guess. That is kind of spooky. But we get the second volley and kill him. Neither of us are where we want to be is what that fight really clearly showed. We're both still putting it together. He doesn't have the base value he wants to have, and I don't have the speed or the explosivity that I want to have. I want more damage, more speed. Don't have either. Stay 9 and no temple for us. Barcoon, and I'm just looking for a different build. You hate it. Launch tower, though. Hold up. I haven't actually ever gotten to do this. We're doing launch tower.
Where's Mitchworth? Oh, did he see me close a deal?
So launch tower makes all of my vehicles fly at start of combat, forcing fly cycle to hit different things. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fly cycle getting the haste should actually get this. It'll be 6. And then we'll see launch tower and Skyliner both get used. Perfect. This isn't a vehicle. It might end up being a bit worse. It's still going to be solid, though. Finally getting to play launch tower Skyliner. Let's see if it's half of what I imagined it to be. I guess I should run it this way in my PvE.
The better I get, the more
Right.
I can help.
Let's make some slight changes to the build then. Remember this thing I've been holding all run? I think it's about time. Like poison enchant, who gives a shit? How about 100% crit chance? And it is 100% crit chance, make no mistake. It is 60 doubled while flying. So we have 1, 2, 3. This gets hasted. 4 used again. Essentially 8 multicast with 100 crit chance. Should be going up a little bit more, maybe. Hard to say. I would definitely like to find an ornithopter very badly. Curio can't sell me an ornithopter. But his role is free, making it a lot more easy to justify going there. With guaranteed crits, I think that's worth the gold. I think that's worth the gold. Pretty obviously, the Lion Talisman is no longer worth the gold. Ooh, if I saw a knee brace, I should have taken it because it's -2 gold off of rolls at expensive shops. Well, there's a similar argument for this. It's 1 gold to potentially have a free gold at like a Goldie or something. Seems fine by me. Is it actually sick to get 1 shot, 1 kill with launch tower? Yes. Yes, it is.
Take no pleasure in
I am assuming I beat him, but like we have a flashbang and he's using sniper rifle at 14.9, so we should be fine. I did realize right at the end here that like, oh, maybe this isn't as safe as I thought it was.
every mirror.
It seemed pretty safe. I don't know.
Shadow. I'll be waiting.
So I assume that that was like in the middle of multicasting. Oh, this doesn't fly itself because it's not a vehicle. I understand. So it goes off with its own 5 multicast and we're about to trigger this. I get it. Right, so we actually desperately need that ornithopter is what I'm hearing. That's fine by me. I was really hoping there. Look, the polishers can fuck off. I don't care. I can't be bothered. Zerfin, do something crazy.
Skills they've been honing.
Oh, your right item is a vehicle, you say? That means I start of combat haste the grenade with launch tower. Oh, but if I have a bunch of other vehicles, launch tower isn't guaranteed. I think that's fine. I genuinely think that's fine. I'd rather just full haste everything and crit them down. It's fine. It's not a problem. We have no money. So I'm gonna take a relic, I guess. It was as useless as expected. Now, the part where launch tower might fail to use an ammo item or use a fly sickle or use Skyliner is rather tremendous variance. However, the part where it's flying 3 items at start of combat and giving me 100% crit chance is very, very good. So I think it just is fine. Restorative private runabout, launch tower, ornithopter, balloon engine. I mean, this dude's doing the same shit as me. He's making the same gambles. I think because of how good slow's gonna be here, I'll just kill him in time. Yep, crit chance doing work. Bad enchant, you say? Nah, great enchant. 100% more damage and burn, baby. This is why we float lanterns. I feel absolutely vindicated for all my Stelle grinding and practice at this point. Now, unfortunately, these are never going to finish, is what I'm learning. I think I'm supposed to take gold instead of looking for exactly airliner, even though it's a free roll. Come on, Odie, do it.
How much we have to learn.
It's definitely fine. I would never say 10% cooldown is bad, but I have bigger dreams. First time using item, haste your drones and vehicles. That should be 2 seconds into the fight. I guess I'll take jank-ass rigged.
The slums are going to rise faster than Tantius
Andy
falls.
for headset, for flashbang, for ornithopter over the flysicle. All of that seems right to me.
Mine is highly
Crit chance means nothing to me. I can stop looking at that. There's the ornithopter. Cool.
Never be remorseless.
And we want the ornithopter going on this because you're a vehicle thanks to free ride. It's all gonna work out, right? 1, 2, 3 immediate flights. And I need to position launch tower like this so that when you activate, you'll actually give flight to something. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these never get flight because the flycicle's not over there. Is flycicle actually better than ornithopter in this build? What the hell? How's that happen? Launch towers, frankly, not a great card, is a big part of what I'm seeing here. I'd rather this by landslide just be a hang glider. Fly my whole board, let me put the ornithopter on the Skyliner. That would clearly be more beneficial to me. I did not realize that I'd have this problem. Emergency editing, launch tower is a fucking insane card. It is not worse than hang glider here. First of all, launch tower, thanks to this skill off the Zerfin we just got, is start of combat haste, not only on most of my board, but on a flashbang grenade. Second of all, it's enabling enough flight to one-shot my opponent. How could you possibly need more? Third of all, who gives a shit that we can't run an ornithopter? What an immaterial problem. I clearly have ornithopter bias. But fourth, it is start of combat multiple fly triggers, and that's incredibly strong. Aside from all the incredible benefits I'm having right now, Launch Tower is one of the strongest cards in Stelle and the most powerful build in Stelle, the thing I build towards the most, even though it has never actually made it to the channel. I've got like 3 or 4 off-camera games doing this, is start of combat 1 second runabout, where you have enough flight or enough flight plus haste to immediately get your runabout down to either 1 second or 2 seconds with haste, and you just kill your opponent by having runabout trigger for thousands of damage before they've even activated an item. Launch Tower is completely insane, part of the strongest things that Stelle is doing. Do not sleep on Launch Tower, and when you catch your past self talking shit about it, cut that slander off immediately. Because like if I ran Ornithopter, I have to position it in a way where it can haste these things. So instead, we're just running the Flysicle for as many flies as we can get before this actually activates. Ornithopter can definitely sit in the keep pile. I love that card to bits, but it's not doing anything. Infernal Dreadnought can give me direct upgrades on 2 of my cards, and a skill that directly synergizes what we're doing, so hard to argue with that. It does seem very good, though, and there's a 1 in 3 chance that it just destroys my opponent.
Okay.
Like, if I get the double use on this, plus 50 more damage ain't nothing. That's a genuine upgrade. At first, I thought it was just the minus 1 second. Gonna take 5% health here. It seems good.
Eat the bones for stronger bones.
Hero merchants, you say? I can roll at them for free. So if I saw Dooley and I took fiber optics at Diamond, like I'm trying to imagine what on earth I need for it to make sense, right? I'm gonna go pig and roll for an economy option. Shiny lemonade Santa. But yeah, I think I'll take the diamond signet ring, honestly. That seems good. I'll take the steadily ramping health value. It's also an apparel for this. I can roll for free, so I may as well. Business card will pay for itself relatively quickly, but I ain't got space for that. I don't generate anything, so I guess I can leave now. Oh, were there tools I should have been buying? Probably. Look, I'm broke. Don't worry about it.
I'll fly rings around you.
I don't know how I feel going into pigs. Pigs are often too tanky for this to kill. 6.4k health is a lot. Fort, Obsidian lemonade stand, money tree. That's a lot. No crit chance is incredible for me. And the flashbang does a lot of work. I can't understate that. I think we're just fast enough. I think we're fine. Yeah. Just push straight through it. Nice 12-second activation, buddy. Imagine how good the build would be if the flashbang actually had any more ammunition. I thought for sure that would be able to kill me. I was very worried. Arrow for Flysicle for more flight, more haste. The haste doesn't exist actually, but more flight for Skyliner is good. It's a free roll. That's always so funny to realize.
Who sells cars, boats, and planes at the same dealership? Someone with guts.
Nah, I'm not doing runabout things. Yeah, if I run the Ornithopter, I want it upgraded, but doesn't seem like it's doing anything. I'll push the gold. Honestly, I'm taking permanent health. I don't have the money for the other one. Go Infernal Dreadnought, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. End up at 6 or 7. Doesn't matter which I click, I'm not leveling. Okay, no, Blizzard doesn't do anything. I was like, what if Blizzard were good? All right, we go after the upgrade again. Pyromania is helpful. Skyliner's obviously very good. I can't help but feel like I am the vastly superior Skyliner build of the two of us, huh? Oh, it looks like I might only be at... Oh, right. No, I'm way over 100. Sure. I got all the drops from here except the one I wanted, basically. I think Andy is better than Ascender. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, if I miss everything, he's not better. But I think the chance on average makes it worthwhile.
If you want something big and ugly,
just take shield and try to push through to victory. I generate nothing except health every hour. It is a crashed out Stelle.
After I break all your
all right, Figwig, what did you do with your death enchants?
Let's stress test our gear, yeah?
Parachute, restorative, what? I think we'll be fine. I don't think that's where these enchants go. I'm so confused. The long-winded startup combat freeze on my Skyliner really does hurt a lot, but not anywhere near enough. They're learning. Don't make fun of them. Be nice. I'm not gonna click recap. Their enchant targets really make me sad. I think if they had put those enchants where they belonged, I'd still have just blown them up and it wouldn't really have changed anything. But yeah, this is really entirely a run about the Red Lantern. This is a card that I used to just not buy at all because I was always like, I'm playing Balloon Engine, or my adjacencies are locked on Aerial Turret, or I'm probably playing Hang Glider and other passive triggers in the late game. There are so many reasons not to grab a Red Lantern. But it costs 2 to 4 gold to pick the thing up. It's not expensive. I have 2 orbital polishers and a hammer in my inventory I never finished. Look, ignore that. That's not what we're talking about right now. So it's a very low opportunity cost to pick up Red Lantern with runabout at silver and several different gold builder rounds. Skyliner, Daggerwing, and Vortex Cannon being the big ones, all being able to crit. You can find yourself in a situation where it's like Turbo, Radiant, something like that really isn't very good, or even Poison, like the worst possible enchant for damage against crit. And crit is basically unpickable as the thing you put on your build around because you can never improve it with a secondary enchant. But if you have the Red Lantern, it's 100% crit chance for 1 item slot, and it's actually just a damn good enchant. That's entirely what made this run what it is. It would not have been nearly as strong without that. It's something I've learned after way too many games with Stelle, and I'm happy to have learned it. Also, just the other day, I was thinking, this might have made it to YouTube, I don't know, but I said aloud while playing, I've never seen someone actually use Free Ride in a way that mattered. At best, it gave 5% CDR to an item that was good. Boom. Start of combat haste on a flashbang, baby. Also, start of combat fly with launch tower, and like basically no good ways to generate flight for my Skyliner that doesn't want to have a tooltip during the end game. Don't know why it's doing that. I also have what is essentially rigged, since every item that actually activates on my board other than the launch tower is a vehicle. Outmaneuver is also pretty good. Right as the haste runs out from the initial headset, we toss the flashbang and just load up on haste for the rest of the combat on the Skyliner. And the rest of these skills aren't too important. Reminder that we came from, like, at the very start, our skill selection at bronze was terrible on day 1. But yeah, it's a pretty solid build. Definitely showing off how flashbang contributes to neutering enemy builds if they're playing remotely fairly. Showing off the Red Lantern tech, finally playing the Skyliner launch tower combo. But frankly, I honestly don't think Skyliner launch tower is that good, because either launch tower is not flying much and you need really good fly enablers for the rest of your board, which is possible, right? You can have like Flysicle, Ornithopter, 2 other items, and have launch tower actually. No, you can't. Those are both vehicles. Like, that's the issue. The small flight enablers are all fucking vehicles. So trying to make launch tower hit exactly Skyliner is very hard to actually get flight on the rest of your board. So this doesn't combo as cleanly as you might think it does. It's, before I played this build, I just thought it was like, oh, the launch tower goes off and then the Skyliner goes off and you hit them like 20 times and they're dead. But actually making your stuff fly, if that's a guarantee, is really, really hard. That said, it's still just good. Even if it has like launch towers just start of combat flight, that can be good enough. And in this case, it was. But really though, more than anything, Deadly Red Lantern carried this run, and I feel like an absolute wizard for knowing that it's a secretly powerful item that opens up new lines. That's what grinding, I think, like 40 games of Stelle will get you. Let's see where we wound up at the end of the season. I don't value my stats too highly right now because I realized as a content creator, I am incentivized to concede games. I'll get into that in a second. Rank 574, getting into Legend at 5 p.m. on August 21st. 45 points in the pass, and let's get over to my stats real quick. Selecting Stelle as my hero, we can see that my 10 win percent is 67% on Stelle, and that's with like constant experimentation, trying other things, exploring. One game where I just conceded after 3 days because I got robbed by Aetherite after going 0-2, and I was like, I don't have the mental fortitude to be in a good mood to make content after that RNG fiesta. But yeah, Stelle's really strong. There are other people with better win rates than this. Some of them are better than me. Some of them are experimenting less than me. Some are both. Stelle's definitely the strongest hero. I think that, like, even though it's obviously a smaller sample size here, you can tell I learned the game on Dooley and Vanessa primarily. And that's part of the reason that I was saying a second ago, I don't value my stats very highly. One, there are just incentives not to play out games. As a content creator, if I'm 5 days into a run and it doesn't look like I'm going to make a good video out of it and I'm not streaming, I have no incentive to continue playing in the current system. Two, for climbing the ladder before you get to Legend, since you just come in at the bottom of Legend, it doesn't matter how you performed, I don't really have a good incentive in terms of my eventual Legend win rate to not do that. I should just concede games that aren't going well to rank up faster. And three, most importantly, I don't care about my stats. There's no ability to like filter by time anywhere. The moment that there is a like look at your last month's stats for characters, I will suddenly stop conceding games to do better. But until then, like these stats are going to steadily get worse instead of better because I've realized that as a content creator, my time is better spent conceding bad runs, which is ridiculous. But yeah, it's like, oh no, I've spent 20 minutes in a run that's probably not going to go 10 wins. Should I spend another 40 minutes and then scrap the footage? And I still tough it out a lot of the time. It has to be a pretty bad run for me to concede. But if you go 0-2 on a powerful early game hero only to get crit 3 times by Aetherite and lose your day 3 monster fight, yeah, that's the sort of run that I'll concede. And in case you haven't seen all my videos, it sounds like I concede left and right. There are videos very recently where I get steamrolled by Marianas on the channel. I think 2 of them, where I'm overestimating aerial turret and it just loses that fight. It takes a lot for me to be willing to concede, but I absolutely do, and it will negatively impact this screen. Which is all just me coping to be like, no, guys, I promise, my 67% is not that bad. And 67% in a game like this is fucking ludicrous. How many games played, by the way? 43, but really 42 if you count the one that I instantly threw away. That was like 10 minutes. So over 43 games to get to Legend, plus 1 game of Mac and Dooley, we had a 67% win rate, exactly 2 out of 3, basically. I've had a blast learning Stelle. I'm going to be playing her nonstop in the tournament soon. That is a lot of chest I've racked up. But I think come next week, I guess tomorrow from your perspective, YouTube time is weird like that, I'll probably start doing hero rotation again. I think I'll be doing Stelle every morning and hero rotation in the nights, but I am going to start doing not just Stelle. Also, the new chest rarities make me so sad. I see so many of the boards that I already have. There just aren't that many silver boards. Also, since you can open anything in the entire pool, I've yet to get a Stelle skin. Someday it'll happen. Not today, it seems. I suppose it'll happen at rank 100 in the season pass when we get to Big Ideas Stelle. That's gonna be a while. I'm at like 45 right now. Anyways, for now, I'm done. It's been a hell of a grind. I've been having a blast with Stelle. I hope you've enjoyed watching me learn this character as much as I've enjoyed putting it all together. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.